Stop that now, because I am the night. I am the darkness. I am Mad Joe. Uncle Joe, that Joe, the dark uncle. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Escape away. Oh, where did I go? Where did I? Oh, wait. Oh, okay. There you are. Whoa. Still there? You still there? I am Uncle Joe. Welcome to RedGrae Productions. And today we're doing DC.
Hello, everybody. I am RedGrae, and this is RedGrae Productions, the podcast where we talk about all things in Marvel and DC. Today, we're talking about the future and the current DCU's slate. All those movies and TV shows, animated shows, all the animated movies, everything that will be coming out from now all the way to possibly a future Justice League. Let's talk about it now. In case you do not know what DC is pretty much Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, all that. That's pretty much what it is. Now, DC has been through a whole lot of chaos and mismanagement from Man of Steel all the way to Aquaman 2. It's just been a whirlwind of all kinds of chaos, leadership issues, and makeshift and last minute decisions. It's been a whole lot. But now it's been saved by the new CEOs, Peter Safran and James Gunn. Those two are some of the best in the industry at the moment. They have been both been part of the film industry in all kinds of capacities. And I am so happy that they are finally in charge of this sort of thing. James Gunn from the Guardians trilogy. He has done so many great films, including DC films like The Suicide Squad, as well as the Peacemaker show, which I will not go over too much in this video because this channel is not interested in rated R stuff usually, unless it's something important and I feel like I want to watch it. That could be fun for teenagers and older adults. Okay. Their new cinematic universe started in late December 2024 with Creature Commandos. To be fair, I don't think that's not really the origin story of the DCU. It's just bridging the old DCEU, all the Zack Snyder stuff, with all what's confirmed to be in this new DCU. Because it's not this new universe that that James Gunn has created is not exactly a fresh reboot. They're taking elements like Peacemaker and some of the Suicide Squad, maybe even Margaret Robbie's Harley Quinn might continue on playing the character of Harley Quinn in the new DCU. I don't know. But maybe. And the best part about this is that certain characters like Blue Beetle will continue on because some of their movies were pretty good in my opinion. I watched Blue Beetle. It was one of my favorite DCU films. Previous DCEU films. Sorry. That could actually work for this new universe, which is already been set in a place where superheroes have already existed for a couple hundred years. And now we're going to see a universe that's already been lived in, which kind of like what Star Wars once was. Because Star Wars, when we first watched it, it was already a lived in, well-crafted universe. that you can tell was put a lot of effort and thought into how it would function and work. And surprisingly, the DCU, how the movies and shows work, will be like, you don't have to watch everything to understand everything. They're just little projects that not won't connect really. They'll just be their own solo projects that may connect in like a Rise of Skywalker film, which no more Rise of Skywalker films. No, thank you. Nope, we're not doing that. Nope. I don't. No more somehow anything. No. But James Gunn knows what he wants to do for the film and all the shows and films, and he started off with a very strong film. The actual beginning that will start off and give us a fresh look is and was James Gunn's Superman 2025. It was an amazing film in my opinion. I watched it and I loved it. It's one of my favorite films of 2025. And the series that came after that was actually Peacemaker, which is a rated R continuation from the previous The Suicide Squad and Peacemaker Season 1. Season 2 is actually exploring some multiversal stuff that will play into a bigger role down the road, and I will talk to you about it later on as we go through this podcast. But now that we've talked about 2025, let's talk about this year, 2026. Okay, it's an insane year with like 3 huge projects. A Supergirl movie coming in June 26th. It's Kara is pretty much dealing with pressure about saving crypto from a sickness or a virus or something, and now she has to go with his friend Ruthie to try to save him. Lobo is in it, played by Jason Momoa. It's just awesome, and he's been wanting to do this role forever, and I'm so happy he gets to have it. The show that's coming out in August is called Lanterns. It's a grounded TV show with Green Lanterns as cops, and their sector is probably the Earth, and they're kind of dealing with who will get the ring. Will the older Hal Jordan get the ring, or will the younger John Stewart become the next Green Lantern? It's going to be so much fun to see what happens next with these series, because this series could really do more for the entire saga, as far as James Gunn has said.
The story of a couple of Green Lanterns, John Stewart and Hal Jordan, and we have a few other lanterns peppered in there, but this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective, with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops.
And I'm excited to explore it in future videos and keep an eye out for those videos. The next one is the very first DCU horror film, which is called Clayface, coming October 23rd. It's a body horror film, kind of like those older body horror films from the 80s, 90s, and all that, to the early 2000s. It's supposed to give you the love and feeling of the old stuff, and there's barely any CGI, just all practical, and it looks pretty good. The trailer is awesome in my opinion. It got me like, yes, something new is finally happening. I'm so happy it happened. I'm excited for that. Now let's go ahead to 2027. Next year, we're having all kinds of insane blockbusters, because Superman 2, which is called Man of Tomorrow, which is not exactly a sequel, but it will pretty much continue the story after Superman 1, with Lex Luthor having to either fight and then eventually team up with Superman against an evil, terrible robot named Brainiac. Brainiac is one of the villains I've been wanting to see forever now, and he has a whole history. Depends on which interpretation they have of him. They've done so many, from just a robot that Lex Luthor created, to a space alien who collects worlds and shrinks them, to someone from Krypton who destroyed it, or even was sent to Earth to tell Superman to be the hero he needs to be. It's an insane story, and I'm so excited to see what James Gunn is going to do with Superman. It's Man of Tomorrow, which is not called Superman, it's called Man Tomorrow. It's coming July 9th, and that's not even the best part. It's going to have multiple heroes from previous 2026 films probably come into it. For example, there could be Supergirl could possibly make an appearance in this next film, as well as Jon Stewart's Green Lantern is confirmed to be in it. And I'm so excited to see what this film could actually be, because it could be just a mini preview, a taste of the Justice League to come. And I'm so excited to see it. Another film that's coming out in 2027 is The Batman Part 2. Now, I want to clarify those who are confused about The Batman versus a film called The Brave and the Bold. And I'll try and confirm this very clearly. The Batman Part 2 is an Elseworlds project, another universe, another grounded universe, not part of Superman's stuff, not part of it at all. As much as people, as well as me included, will think it's a bad idea to have another Batman running around, as well as Robert Pattinson's Batman, I think that his Batman take is too serious and too, I would say, grounded for the Superman's universe. That's universe that the DCU is in. I think it's too grounded for that. And I'm glad they're trying to do something different. Now, the DCU's Batman, which we'll probably see in couple coming years. Now, the DCU's Batman will be coming shortly in a couple years, maybe, hopefully. They have a writer on it, and I'm excited to see what they do with it. The film is called The Brave and the Bold. It's with a Robin who is the biological son of Batman and a villain. And I'm so excited to see what they're going to do with this. It's based off of so many different comics that are well made and well done. And I'm excited to see a Robin being used in a way that's more different than previous interpretations were. Plus, it's Robin. I'm excited to see Robin back on the big screen. It's been too long. Too long, Hollywood. Too long, Hollywood. Too long. Several series are probably coming up as well in 2027. Some say that Creature Commandos Season 2 will also come into the future. Another series that is actually might be very important for the entire saga that might come out in 2027 or 2028 is the Jimmy Olsen project, which is a show with the main character is Jimmy Olsen. We don't know if it's called Jimmy Olsen's Adventures or whatever, but we only know is Jimmy Olsen's the main character. He's reporting on different villains, and one of the main villains is Gorilla Grodd. I'm so happy to bring him into this. I've been waiting for Gorilla Grodd for a while now because he's such a cool villain, in my opinion. What this series has been told will be about. What the series has been about. Oh well. Oh boy.
I am Uncle Joe. I have ginger your sister and I get to do that. Sorry, back on my tongue. Oh, I am ready for action. Go.
Uncle Joe? Really? Oh, I can't take this guy seriously anymore. This guy's crazy. Crazy that guy is. Anyway, where was I at? Oh, yes. As to recap, the Jimmy Olsen show might be a very important piece in the larger puzzle because of Gorilla Grodd. He might be, wait for it, the big bad. And here's why I say this. I have not seen it personally. If you have seen it, good for you. We don't like to watch, we don't like to talk about rated R stuff, but we're going to talk about certain clips based off this series that has explored the future of the DCU, a possible future that might actually still happen. In the Creature Commandos Season 1, there was a future vision about the future where heroes, including Superman, Batman, and several others, and Wonder Woman, of course, were executed because of Gorilla Grodd and a princess. Now, the princess died in Creature Commandos, but Gorilla Grodd was there. Now, could he be the end of the world? Could he be the big bad that will destroy the Justice League, the future Justice League that has not formed yet? I don't know. I don't think he will be, but I think he will be a component a team player in the overall threat that will lean into the larger DCU. Because if we look at the second series in the DCU, which is season 2 of Peacemaker, we see that Peacemaker is trapped in a world called Salvation by Rick Flag Sr., who was first seen in Creature Commandos, and then Superman, and then Peacemaker. He literally, including him and Amanda Waller, are both taking supervillains and people who wronged them and sending them to another universe called Salvation, a world where there's we don't know much about. Salvation from the comics is a world outside of the universe where supervillains were taken, imprisoned in the Salvation world, where they will have to be forced to make a society and fight each other for power and dominance. The most famous comic is Joker versus Lex Luthor. Both different sides fighting each other. As we know, we've already seen Lex Luthor, and he's confirmed to be in Man of Tomorrow, which Rick Flag Jr. will have a huge role. Does it mean that he will take Lex Luthor and put him in this dimension? And when we finally get Batman the Brave and the Bold with Damian, will we see Joker himself be taken to Salvation, the world? And could we see possibly the most famous story of Joker versus Lex Luthor in a world where supervillains are trying to make a society? First off, I would pay huge dollars for that because that's awesome if that was going to happen. Awesome. And there's been some interesting development lately that could lead to this information. The reason I bring up Gorilla Grodd at all from based off this, because I'm telling you that Gorilla Grodd might be taken into this world, Salvation, with other villains that's been sprinkled in from all kinds of stuff. Like, for example, the cheetah from maybe the Wonder Woman movie coming up that's been in development might actually be put there too. We could see multiple famous characters, Gorilla Grodd, Cheetah, Lex Luthor, Joker, and we could see them fighting. And the reason why I think they're going to team up or at least fight each other in a movie is because lately there's been some news about a Deathstroke versus Bane or Bane and Deathstroke movie, which could be a code name for a Joker versus Lex Luthor film. There's already been a director that's been posted to this movie before there's even a written script, which doesn't happen in DC. So why is this film so important? I think it's because this film is going to see the villains, all these villains from the movies to come up, see them team up to fight in this one movie until they finally realize that their enemy is not each other, but the Justice League and those who wronged them. So they're going to escape, come back to Earth, and come to take revenge on those who banished them. I think that's what's happening. This might be the first movie in cinematic history to see a team of villains teaming up before a team of heroes. And we could highly have our Justice League fight the Legion of Doom. The Legion of Doom might finally appear. The Justice League could form because of this Legion of Doom caused by Rick Flag Sr. This could be the greatest story ever told, if done right. And bet my money that James Gunn is already thinking about this. This is what I think is going to happen. How are we possibly going to get there? A possibility. Let's imagine the slate passed up to from 2028 up to 2033 or 35, which are the two dates where the saga might end based off James Gunn's earliest point of view on when he first announced his couple movies. As you may not know, there's a dynamic duo film which takes Jason Todd and Dick Grayson and teams them up before they become Robins to face all kinds of criminals in Gotham. This is a puppetry / animation type film. It's going to be insane, super ambitious, and I'm excited to see this. We could see the origins of the Joker in this film, and then in Brave and the Bold, that could happen possibly the next year. We could see Joker being taken into salvation because of Rick Flag Jr.'s hesitation to get rid of all villains, especially in Gotham, who are insane, by the way. Especially since this universe is filled with already heroes, and Batman's already going to be in 20 years into his crime-fighting gang. And it could be, you could see all kinds of villains, including Poison Ivy, Bane, all these things. Who else could be in Batman's rogues gallery? I don't know, but it could be so many. I'm excited to see that with the Brave and the Bold coming in maybe in 2029, and maybe in 2029 we'll also see either another Superman movie, which could be a Super Friends movie. That we could see Superman, Crypto, and Supergirl team up to fight villains, maybe. But I also think that one of the movies that are coming out is the Wonder Woman film, which we'll see in 2029, and in 2028 we'll see the series Paradise Lost, which will explore the Wonder Woman's people's society before they get Wonder Woman, and that could lead into 2029's Wonder Woman. To recap on that, Dynamic Duo, 2028, Paradise Lost, possible Goose Booster Gold film or series, as well as a Blue Beetle animated series in 2028. 2029, the Batman Brave and the Bold, a Wonder Woman film, and possibly a Starfire animated show based off Starfire before we get into the Teen Titans, the introduction to one of the main Teen Titans main characters. Then in 2030, Joker vs. Lex Luthor, as well as the Teen Titans movie, live action, by the way. Green Arrow show. 2031, Swamp Things, and Superman Birthright. A solo Superman movie we'll finally get in 2031. Superman's Birthright will be about Superman dealing with his knowledge of his father actually being alive and coming to Earth or to fight him, just saying that he disobeyed his parents, and now Superman's going to have to fight his real father, who told him that he needed to take over Earth. I think that story is going to. I think that's what's going to happen in the fourth Superman movie, possibly even a Bizarro movie if we're going to go with it, because based off of one of the villains that Superman took down in the first Superman, which was sort of a Bizarro clone version of himself, which could be Bizarro, one of the most powerful, most great villains of the Superman's rogues gallery. It could be Superman versus himself, but a dumber, smarter, powerfuler self. Mostly dumber, but I'm just trying to say, could be he could be smarter when it comes to fighting, but not brains. And he could be land in a Nazi world where he will become the Nazi Superman, which we've seen in the comics, as well as we've seen the Nazi dimension in Peacemaker. We could see him go into a dimension where he becomes the Nazi Superman, and that's how the Nazis win World War II. So, and then he comes back going to the main Earth and fight Superman. It could be an amazing storyline leading into the Justice League film, 2033. Now, I'm not sure what's going to happen in 2032. I don't know. So many things could happen, in my opinion. And I'm going to leave that one up to debate. But I think in 2033 or we'll have the first Justice League Part 1, which will explore the Legion of Doom fighting in the formed Justice League, which will start because Superman comes back to Earth after Birthright. We could see the Legion of Doom threatening the Justice League, causing the people of the heroes to form the Justice League of America, and who knows what could happen. Then we could probably see a sequel next year, which will be in 2035 or the next year after that. We could see a Justice League Part 2 in 2034 and maybe a Part 3 in 2035. Depends on how ambitious and depends on the directors of this next couple movies. And if you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. I'm excited for DC. It's going to be an amazing ride, and I hope you guys are excited about all these possibilities as well as the current list of movies. I'm excited, and I hope you're excited to see what's going to happen next. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'm RedGrae. This is RedGrae Productions. See you next time. Bye.